Okay, Tom, big 5-1 victory over South Dakota Mines here today. You guys conceded a goal in the first 2 minutes of the game, but you came right back and scored. Talk about the importance of getting your first goal less than 2 minutes after they scored.
Well, first of all, we're not happy with the goal we conceded because we just weren't ready in that moment. But I think how we bounced back right after was impressive and really important for our win today, because we kept playing our game, we didn't get nervous, and that was the key for our win today.
Shortly thereafter, you guys took the lead, the second goal of the game by Ricardo Palomino coming in just the 9th minute. You guys never really looked back from that point.
Yeah, right. Great job from Ricardo. He had an unbelievable game today and scored 4 goals. Second time this season. Just great for this kid coming in and performing like that. Well, I think we're definitely prepared for GNAC to start next week. We had 2 good games, had a good weekend, but we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves now because Mary's going to be a different game, but we're definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, that was part of the game plan. The coaches wanted us to pressure high, and I think we did it quite excellent. The plan was to try to push him to the outside and make the fullbacks commit a mistake. And I don't know, I think everyone was just tuned in today and we rock and roll.
Ricardo Palomino with 4 big goals for the Jackets. Talk about what it's been like playing with a player like that, someone you can really connect to and feed off of in the attacking third.
Yeah, it's excellent having him there. I mean, I'm quite a small player, so sometimes it's difficult for me to challenge the bigger defenders. And it's nice having him there to be the target man, be a little bit more physical. And so far, I think I've clicked with him just like that. And I don't know, we're always on the same page. I work for him, he works for me. We're getting the goals, the assists, so I'm happy.
And another guy, Julian Tungus, on the opposite wing as you. Talk about the two of you playing together as well in a similar position.
Yeah, I don't know, it just comes natural. We just kind of understand each other. Like, sometimes I don't even know where he is. I just have a feeling that he's gonna make a run into that space, and even without looking, sometimes I'll play the ball in and I just find him. It just comes naturally, I guess.
Momentum.
Yeah, I mean, these 2 games are, I mean, of course, it's great that we won, but the wins are in the past, and now we just want to focus on the next game. It's a conference game, it's a GNAC game, so of course it's going to be much tougher than our previous games. But I think we're very well prepared, and yeah, going with good vibes, so ready to win.
Well, it was huge, obviously, but we weren't happy with conceding a goal like that within the first couple of minutes. We warned them that set pieces were going to be a strength of theirs. But we were able to fix it very quickly, fortunately, because otherwise against a team like this, you're playing catch-up. They can put 11 players behind the ball on their own half, and it becomes very, very tight, and there's no space to play. So I'm happy that we didn't have to play catch-up for most of the game. And overall, this was a very good performance from the team, just like against Carroll on Friday. 10 goals in 2 games, 1 goal conceded. Great performance individually by Ricardo Palomino to score 4 goals in a game. I think it's been a couple of years since we've seen that on this field. But I think that defensively as well, except for that one lax moment, I think that we had a fantastic performance this weekend. Some good saves by our goalkeepers and some very, very dominating performances by our center backs and outside backs. So we can go into our conference opener against Mary next Saturday with a lot of confidence. Well, Julian came in fit this season. Last year that wasn't quite the case. He was here a couple of weeks even before the start of preseason. He's been working on his fitness, been working on his touch, and the fact that most of our guys actually got here before the start of preseason helped them gel. And you can see that definitely with David, with Jake, with Ricardo, and with Julian. I mean, they're finding each other almost with their eyes closed. Jorge now, who's getting in the mix, he has a lot of confidence. So going forward, in terms of attack, we're doing really well. And it's not just Julian or Ricardo who got on the stat sheet today, but David, for example, played a very, very good game, very unselfish, hustled all game long, forced a number of turnovers in the offensive third. So going forward in terms of attack, we're doing really well, and we want to build on that for the conference.
And a player who did make it onto the stat sheet a bit unexpectedly, your goalkeeper, Tom Lohmann, with an assist. Now, he had a couple of assists last season, this one coming on a very long ball played out of his box that sort of just went over the head of all of the South Dakota Mines defenders. Julian ran onto it and scored. Your thoughts as a coach when you see a keeper get assists like that?
Well, he did have 2 assists last season, and it's actually a big threat. He's got a very, very big foot. He can't play that ball over the defense. He can't play diagonal balls out of his box to our wingers. So it's a threat, and it's something that, you know, we don't try to use too much, but we do want to use it out. We do want to use it every now and then, and again today worked out just like it did last season a number of times. But it's not just the fact that he got on the stat sheet with an assist. Tom is such a commanding person in the back, makes sure that everyone remains on their toes. And I think that Joe did exactly the same thing when he came on the field. A lot of talking, good with the ball at their feet. So solid performance this weekend from our keepers as well.
One other team who was here for the tournament this weekend, you didn't play, University of Mary. You got to see them play 2 matches, and as it happens, that's your first GNAC opponent coming up on Saturday in Bismarck. Your thoughts on being able to see that team play and now playing them with a couple of big wins on your side?
We saw them play twice. They saw us play twice, so I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of secrets for either team this coming Saturday. But again, I'm going back to what I said earlier. We can go into that game with a lot of confidence. They tied South Dakota School of Mines 2 days ago. They had a good win today against Carroll. But you know, it's conference, it's GNAC conference, so there's no givens. We're going to have to go into that game fighting, hustling, scrapping for every inch of ground like we always try to do. For us, obviously, it was good that we saw them play because they had a number of new players that now we know about. So we're going to go into that game with a little bit more knowledge about how Mary's going to play, but like I said, it's going to be a tough game.